Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the YouTube account and I want to go through the trials for the two-dimensional heroes. A lot of players said they were struggling when it comes for the bountiful trials, and let's start with Laios first. Now the bountiful trials, you want to make sure you're doing these because it does give you access to one full elite stone. That elite stone could have your celestials or hypos in there, and it also gives you some materials to build up a little bit further. But overall, this hasn't really been updated in a considerable amount of time with the resources we're getting out of here, which I would absolutely love to see. So we know that when you come in here, you have 6 different trials. Now, 3 of the 6 different trials are kind of linked together. So if we go over here right to this right side, we can do our first trial. This is going to have Laios, and it is also going to have land within this formation. Then we do have Marcille. So they give us access to both of the heroes to work in unison. We are also going to have Nox. And then the last one is going to be Milion. Now this is going to be, again, 2 of the 6 trials are going to use the same formation in here. And I want to kind of test and see where the damage is coming in within these formations. Now, a lot of players are saying that Marcille has to be run with Laios. I don't have Laios, unfortunately. We did not buy him. But as you can see, almost 9 million damage from Marcille in there. So kind of crazy with doing a ton of damage. Now, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to run over to this left side because this is going to be, again, that exact same formation we just used. So it is going to be Laios right here in the front, Marcille in the back, and then Lan, as well as Nox and Milion. Now, also remember, Milion is kind of like Albedo when it comes to the dimensionals. Milion has the ability to buff our draconic heroes. So that is the reason why Milion is still kind of prevalent within some formations, and making sure, again, that you do complete this. Now, this one is going to run Laios, and it's also going to run... I'm drawing a blank on his name, but him right here, the Greyborn Braun. I think it's Braun. And then, of course, these 2 are going to stay stationary. We're going to run Lady Simona in here. And unfortunately, for a lot of these, we don't use anymore. Again, some of the trials are a little bit outdated, but I wanted to make sure that you had the teams that they ran in here. Now, this is over on afk.guide. Wanted to check it out, wanted to make sure that we had these, and seeing kind of where the damage comes in, because a lot of players are saying that Marcille is the one to get if you're looking and if you only have the ability to build out one of the 2 heroes that we have right here, that Marcille is going to be the one you want. And look at that, guys. 6 million damage right there from Braun. He's one of the heroes that very unique in the methodology on how the hero works. If you cannot get the hero to the enemy side, he doesn't do anything. So you can see even just kind of the snail's pace right here. We get hit Vika. Don't even get across there, which means the damage for Braun is not going to be there at all. Well, 2.48, so not too bad. 3.18 right there. And this concludes 4 of the 6 trials. Let's go down here and do the last one. Again, this is going to have this exact same formation. We're going to drop Vathiel in here, and the back 2 are going to stay the exact same. We're going to drop Milion in here, and this is going to conclude it for the trial for Laios. Like I said, you don't want to miss this one just for the fact you do get some resources, and it is the accumulation of all of the resources that you get within an AFK Arena that really do make a big difference. Now, Tassie in here, of course, a little bit more difficult to deal with, a little bit more time to go ahead and deal with that teleportation. And I also seen, so I caught an episode yesterday where they killed the red dragon, and there was this dark magic circle, which is exactly what Marcille cast, this dark magic circle that was used in the anime. So if you haven't checked out the anime, definitely well worth the watch. I like the direction it's going. Right there, 4.59 million. That is going to do it for the trials for this specific hero. We'll go ahead, we'll pick this one up, and then we'll hop over and we'll look at Marcille's trials as well, because like I said, I don't want to miss either of these. So we'll hop over to Marcille. Let's go ahead and do the bountiful trials in here. Now, also, when it comes to the chest, a lot of players have said and really stressed with the chest individually, like how difficult it is, and you cannot and you don't have the ability to stack up all of these chests. We're going to have to see exactly what that looks like. So very similar to the ones we've seen. This is going to run Lucretia, excuse me, not Lucretia, Lucilla, and then it's going to run Laios in here. We're going to put Tamaris right in the back, and then we are also going to run, and as you can see, we have Trishia in here as well. This is going to be the formation, again, 2 of the 6 ones that we have in here. Want to finish this out, make sure that all the players can finish these out as well. Some say you can run less in here, but honestly, when you have them in here, it doesn't really make a big difference. We're going to run the exact same pattern, so I'm going to go over to this left side. This is going to run the same formation that we did see within here. And then we're going to move right up just like we did running Mishka in that next formation. Just take a couple seconds, get these burned down. If you're not dealing with Brutus and the shield that he has in here, pretty easy, 4.73 million damage. So being able to, again, burn these down pretty quick. So this one is going to have Mishka in here, and we're also going to have Laios in here. So again, running kind of the combination. Mishka, we're going to put Laika in the back, and then Libirda is going to go in the back as well, making it really easy to get through this one. And then, of course, the one after this is going to be right to the left to get some more of these stones, get some more of the resources, and ultimately getting your essence in here. That makes a really big difference when you're going in here and you are getting some of the essence. If you're early game, if you're mid game, late game, you will always use essence within here. The hero essence you'll use forever when you're starting to gain levels in its entirety. Again, going through here, pretty easy to get through. We see some of the anime, and again, if you watch the anime, we see some of the effects that are appearing right over their head. The little leaf she has in her staff, everything of that nature. This is going to run Kinisa and Rook, and then Laios, and then we're also going to have Palmer, and we're going to have Khazard. So an interesting combination. Now, I don't know if anything outside of here works. I'm sure it does. But overall, just wanted to burn through these pretty quick, make sure that we're not missing these. Waiting to see what the update looks like with the Misty Valley. That is still kind of the big question mark of what it's going to look like. And of course, getting all of the resources in here. We know that Laios is going to be the one that I'm picking up pretty soon, but it is going to take an extended amount of time. We have to wait those 20 days. Then we can do the redemption for Laios. Then we buy him in fragments, and then we have the ability to redeem him. I might just go ahead and I might pull the trigger, spend just the 50 to get him, and be completely done, saving and utilizing all of the resources. But I feel like if we go that route, it is going to be a lot of resources that we're picking up, because even thinking now and honestly looking at the resources we have right now with our dimensional sign-in, we're at the point where day number 7, these are going right into the mailbox. So they are going to be sitting here waiting in the mailbox for us to redeem, because we don't have the ability to use these item collections. And unfortunately, that is what we're seeing with all of these. Again, players not too happy, but even with the ones that we already have in here, plus the resource generation of just through the normal gameplay, we have these maxed out in the entirety. And when you think about it, guys, if I'm using 10 of these, you're talking 40,000 Labyrinth tokens. That is a pretty considerable amount when we're building these out as we continue to go through here. It's going to make a really big difference in the resource generation. And if you are looking to get these totally for free, again, just kind of saving and sitting on all of the resources and waiting for the dimensional exchange that we know is coming pretty soon. We still have another 2 weeks for the dimensional exchange. I know, again, a lot of players were not too happy that coming into the game and not being able to essentially get either of these heroes if you're not purchasing them right off the bat. I understand the disappointment. I understand the confusion. But guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.